Everyday Alchemy, Plate 8. There is a forest in India where two birds are bound together. One is white, the other red. Together they bite themselves to death, and one completely devours the other. Both then change into a white dove. From the dove will be born a phoenix. It must be black and strong. From death it assumes a new life. Such cunning and strength has God given you, that He lives in the future and never dies, granting us riches and health, so that we can do great wonders. It is for us that the wise have written so deeply. See the two great birds, matter and spirit, devour each other beneath the tree. A white and red bird are bound together. Life can be a circus, a carousel of karma, yet with every revolution comes evolution. The conflict continues here between spirit and matter, housed in the psyche of our higher selves. The image of the dove or phoenix indicates the death and rebirth cycle of psychic renewal. From ashes to ashes and dust to dust, our energy never dies, but change it must. The process of reducing our ideas of self into higher states of awareness is best achieved through cooking our conscious and unconscious contents. This means analyzing every stage of psychic experience. Whether you use guided therapy sessions, meditations, or mind-altering substances, you must approach these tools with due regard and relentless responsibility. Our soul, once purified, is the philosopher's stone. Once connected with this regenerative infusion of spirit and soul, the alchemist gains the ability to heal others simply through resonance, a tuning fork for traumas and discord. This force is the embodiment of the wounded healer, a metaphysical mechanic changing breakdowns to breakthroughs. Look, I said it before and I'll say it again. These are all just words. On their own, they're meaningless. Lyrics with no music, no melody, no beauty. That is reality. The psycho and the psychic swim in the same sea. The messiah and the maniac experience the same Maya. Meaning is mirroring. Do you dance when the music moves you? When is the last time you let yourself get lost in the stars on a summer night? Even at this very moment, Sophia sings to us through the wind among the trees, teaching each of us as a mother teaches her child, silently, gently. And in the falling of her leaves, I've seen the art of letting go. Seeds like dreams, may they drift and grow. The death-rebirth cycle displayed in this plate may represent the self-destructive capacities within each of us. For some, this may manifest as a conscious or unconscious struggle with addictive behaviors. Bringing these harmful habits into increased awareness can diffuse each desire into higher states of integration through connection to your sacred self. This is the same process outlined in many recovery programs like those of drugs or alcohol. We are not our bodies, our memories, our reputations. By infusing the spirit and soul into our body, we are able to find psychosomatic and emotional healing. Our ugly egos, sublimated by the soul, can finally ascend as a dove. Then, From this dove, a black immortal phoenix takes flight. This can only happen once the ego's endless attempts at adhering to its limited logic have burned itself out. Born from this blackening, the phoenix will finally rise. The changes will be noticeable, demonstrable. Psychologically, the spirit is free to express itself through your personality, eventually finding purpose through perspective. The feminine aspect has brought beauty to even the most boring states of being. This should bring reconciliation with your corporeal existence and your psychic experience. The body, or any matter for that matter, no longer is viewed as a necessary evil, but a desired opportunity. The Jungian poet Robert Bly aptly captured the essence of this shift in awareness in his compliment to the Lord's Prayer, making it a mother's prayer. It goes as follows. Our Mother, who art in earth, your name was always holy. Your kingdom has already arrived here in the body. May we sense what the whole universe wants to be, both in the body and in the spirit. May we make our own bread every day, and may we forgive everyone, even those who have not transgressed against us. Do not lead us into sickness, and save us from the longing we have to damage ourselves. For the body is yours, and delight and ecstasy, forever and ever. Amen. The duality depicted often as black and white or two pillars allegorically alludes to the continual pull in opposite directions between matter and spirit. Our alienated soul is sucked down into the deep, dark abyss of unconsciousness until it can sail safely on the ship of our sovereign spirit. Our bodies can become cut off from spirit through pain, heartache, or trauma. Frequently, this happens early on in life through betrayal or abandonment. In childhood, or even in marriage, our physical needs can be met while failing to nourish our sensitive spirit and budding soul. Psychically programming our spirit to disassociate from the dregs of daily life. Going through the motions, ignoring your emotions. A human doing instead of a human being. Betrayal and abandonment of any kind creates fertile ground for destructive patterns or addictive behaviors in order to cope. The more the ego learns to trust the instincts of the higher self, the more the ego will begin to listen to the body as well. Lessening the blows of self-destructive or even self-defeating behaviors and beliefs. There are 1,000 ways to skin a cat. And what curiosity killed, responsibility and understanding can bring back. Here, one can use any system of self-development and inspection available. Finding the core of each handicap is your freeway to freedom. Let your ego feel the pride as it rescues every idea of abandonment through empowerment. Your soul may have once been abandoned, but you do not have to maintain that mode by continuing to abandon yourself. We must first fix our thoughts, then our words, then our actions. You must save yourself in order to save someone else. The paradox of progress. Now, you may find new intoxicating experiences once beautifully bound to your body. Things once unfelt feel great. Be careful not to overindulge in any area without proper intention and integration along the way. Eventually, the ego will come to realize the body is the birthplace and burial ground of self. This once objective skin suit becomes a subjective, sacred, ceremonial site for the soul and spirit. Spirit is attracted to matter, and matter longs for spirit. The proper synthesis of matter and human spirit results in the expression of a stellar man, the true genius, artist, shaman. governing their environment through the highest level of interpretation of their individual experience. Pythagoras believed there is one infinite, omniscient, vibrating string creating our reality. Energy, frequency. From this monochord, we must make our own music, our own cymatic pattern to be sung. Finding the resonant harmony takes practice, trials, and tribulations. I know I must have played a billion bad notes off key and off time. We are all up on that stage, and the show must go on. Time waits for no man, not even a sleeping one. That river will drown us all. The more you cling to the scattered pieces of self, the lower you will sink. Nothing you can lose or let go of was ever yours in the first place. This whole scene is just set and setting, a stage and props to be used in the act of becoming. It's all alchemy, always and in all ways. By now, you can begin to understand how everything can be reduced to an idea, an emotion, an experience, an expression, an archetype. You're goddamn right, a picture is worth 1,000 words, so practice painting your perspective with equal importance. From the introduction of feminine awareness, you are finally able to perceive how fantasy is the foundation of reality, seeing the artistry in alchemy. Those in the writer's room of this reality have impregnated our imaginations with their own malicious motivations. Try to tap into your own capacity for creating a reality worthy of wonder. Practice routine with ritual, setting aside time to identify and outline the archetypes and metaphors revealing themselves to you through the process of individuation. Balance the black and the white, the soul and the spirit, harmonizing the union within our material Maya. When they balance, a middle channel, a third way, opens up for your access. This is the Kundalini rising. The Western corollary is the Caduceus. The Jewish symbol for this divine balance is said to be the Star of David, the triangles of matter and spirit in opposing directions. The Christian cross shows the agony of this experience of opposites as crucifixion. The Book of Lambspring so far has shown the potential metamorphosis of the soul. These first 8 plates show the highs and lows of humanity's character, an apparently simple cycle of self-transformation, using a system of metaphor and archetypical symbolism in order for the imagination to integrate the information. To sum it up so far, I could say, Plate 1, primordial unity of the instinctual consciousness, harmonious unification. The ego is enveloped and immersed. Plate 2, opposites emerge in the image of conflict. Plate 3, the struggle creates imbalance in the psyche, activating the law of compensation. Plate 4, this depicts the pendulum swing of the opposite attitude or oscillation. Plate 5 represents the danger of fixating on one of the opposites in order to resolve the conflict. Plate 6, a balanced tension of opposites promotes circulation of energy, creating transformation. Plate 7, dynamic interchange and regulation creates a new unity which resolves the original conflict. Plate 8, the new harmonious unification contains opposites that are discrete, yet conjoined through a reconciling factor, the transpersonal self. So pause and consider. C'est la vie. A red and white bird are bound together.